I'm Hitomi Hoshoka. I just got married to my husband Kazuki 3 weeks ago. But our newlywed life is nothing like the dream I had imagined. I've been feeling particularly stressed lately, 'cause Kazuki has been complaining about the lunches I make for him every day. On the first day after our marriage...
Hitomi, can you make me a lunchbox every morning? I've always dreamed of having a homemade lunch made by my wife.
A lunchbox, huh? I might not be that great at it, but I'll do my best. Kazuki is an office worker, and I work part-time at a supermarket, so we both work. I really want to make Kazuki happy, so every morning I wake up earlier than him and finish all the chores before making breakfast in his lunchbox. Then I get myself ready and go to my part-time job, and when I come home I start making dinner. I'm exhausted every day because I don't get any rest. But I was thinking, as long as Kazuki was happy, that's all that mattered to me. But then, Kazuki said something that really caught me off guard.
Your lunch today? I'd give it maybe 70 out of 100. The egg roll is way too heavily seasoned. And from now on, don't go putting leftovers from dinner in there, alright? And making your husband eat leftovers is a no-go, got it?
Huh? Sorry. After that, Kazuki started criticizing the lunch I made him every single day. I apologized each time, but I was honestly just hurt and pissed off inside. Yet, as much as I hated to admit it, I kind of had to agree with what he was saying. It's my own fault that I suck at cooking. So, from then on, I really buckled down, researching online and buying all these cookbooks, trying my hardest to make the kind of lunchbox that would finally satisfy Kazuki. But not even a single word of thanks came out of Kazuki's mouth. Then one day...
Hey, listen. We've got an unexpected absence, and you're the only one who can cover the shift. So, could you please come in at 7:30 a.m.?
What? Hey, hold on. He hung up. What am I supposed to do? I don't have time to make Kazuki's lunch. Well, I can just handle chores when I get home, so for now, I'll just whip up some breakfast and a quick lunch. I'll just use some frozen stuff for today. As long as I toss in one fried chicken nugget, that should be fine, right? And I'll throw in some of those leftover fried burdock root from yesterday, too. But I gotta at least make the egg rolls and sautéed veggies fresh. Finally got it done. I wonder if Kazuki's gonna get mad at me. But it can't be helped. Kazuki, here's your lunchbox. Sorry about this, but I gotta head out now.
Yeah, just leave it there.
Even though I felt bad, I handed the lunch back to Kazuki and rushed off to work. And that evening, when Kazuki got home from work, he came at me way angrier than I expected.
What the hell was up with that lunch you made today, huh? It tasted like crap. I was so embarrassed when the people at work saw it. It was all frozen stuff.
Hey, it wasn't all frozen. The fried chicken was the only frozen part. Everything else I made myself. I worked hard on it in the little time I had.
Don't slack off. My mom never used any frozen stuff, you know?
Huh? Why are you suddenly bringing your mom into this? You know, Kazuki, you've been nothing but critical from the start. If you want it done a certain way, why don't you make it yourself?
Huh? What do you mean? I was just saying you should learn from my mom. Just tweak the seasonings a bit more, add some new dishes, and it'll be way better, trust me. And try to avoid stuff that's too heavy. It hits me hard in the afternoon, you know. Oh, and focus a bit more on healthier options. Dieting recipes would be even better, but go easy on the veggies.
You know what? Fine. I'll make your lunch exactly how you want it from now on. Look forward to tomorrow's lunchbox then.
Yeah? You should have just done that from the start. I'm beat. I'm going to bed.
Hey! Hang on a minute. What a selfish jerk. Whatever. We'll see about that. Anyway, I'd better give that person a call about this. And the next morning... Good morning. Today I made a lunchbox that focused on healthy options, just like you wanted. It's all for you. I put it in your bag already.
You didn't use any frozen stuff, right? And no leftovers from yesterday either.
Nope. It's all fresh stuff that I prepared today.
All right then, I'm heading out.
Ugh, so annoying. Why is he always so condescending?
Well, I'm off then.
See ya! Kazuki's mom said she'd be coming over around lunchtime, so I'd better start getting ready. Yesterday, I called Kazuki's mom and explained the whole situation to her. After hearing about it, she decided to come over today to give Kazuki a piece of her mind. Hey there! Thank you so much for coming by. He told me, I'm really sorry about Kazuki. Oh, you don't need to apologize. You worked so hard. And yet Kazuki just kept complaining without any gratitude. I can't let that slide. He needs to be taught a lesson. That's why I put a little something in his lunchbox today. Something? Probably around his break time. He's gonna start freaking out and call me at any minute now. Ah, there it is. It's Kazuki. I'll put him on speaker. Hello?
Hey! What the hell did you put in my lunchbox? Divorce papers? Are you messing with me? And what's with this lose weight note?
What do you mean? It means exactly what it says. What I put in Kazuki's lunchbox today were divorce papers and a note saying lose weight in big letters. You've been putting on way too much weight lately. You need to start taking your health seriously. And maybe a divorce would actually be good for you, you know? If you hate my cooking that much, you're more than welcome to get it somewhere else.
Huh? I never said I hated it. I was just honestly trying to give you feedback so you could improve. Like I said before, I want you to be able to make the kind of lunchbox my mom used to make. That real homemade flavor, alright?
Are you saying my cooking sucks?
No, it's good. But it's just missing that extra something, you know? Like, it needs one more step. So if you just make it the way I suggest, you'll be able to make lunchboxes like my mom. And I'll be satisfied too. It's a win-win, right?
What is this guy even saying? Kazuki, did you really love my homemade lunches that much?
Mom? What are you doing there?
Just answer the question. What was your favorite dish that I used to make?
Oh, yeah. You used to make me a homemade lunch every day back when I was in high school, remember? I can't forget the taste of those, especially the fried chicken and potato salad.
Is that right? Sounds like it was pretty good, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure. Anyway, let me tell you something, Mom. Hitomi has been slacking off, using frozen stuff to make my lunches lately. It's not healthy at all, and it doesn't even taste good. Using that kind of junk, she's a total failure as a housewife, don't you think? Could you teach her how to make some real homemade lunches like the ones you used to make me?
You know, Kazuki, even that fried chicken and potato salad I used to put in your lunchbox was made with frozen stuff.
What? No way.
Hitomi wakes up way earlier than you to get all the cleaning and laundry done before she even starts on breakfast and your lunch. On top of that, she's got a part-time job too. Do you really think she's got extra time to spare to make you some fancy homemade lunch?
Well, she could just wake up a little earlier, right? And making side dishes isn't that hard, is it? Why's it gotta be such a big deal?
If you think it's so easy, why don't you make your own lunch? I'm sure you can do it, right? If you have complaints, you can show Hitomi how it's done. That's a great idea.
Alright. Fine. But I'm not getting a divorce. Got it?
We'll see about that, based on how you shape up from now on. I hope he'll change his attitude a bit. Hitomi, would it be okay if I stayed over tonight? Tomorrow, I'm going to drill Kazuki on the proper way to make a homemade lunch. Of course. Please go right ahead. The next morning, and so began Kazuki's homemade lunch adventures. He had been so pumped up the night before, but... Oh no, look! It's all burned! The heat was too high. And way too much salt. And that fried chicken, it's still raw, isn't it?
Come on, just be quiet for a second. I can't focus!
Oh, jeez, this is just a mess. Hey, are you really sure you've got this under control?
Just be quiet and watch!
And an hour later...
Finally done! Whew, I'm beat, but it was actually pretty easy.
Ugh. Are you really going to take that lunch to work?
What's the problem? I worked hard on this.
I guess it's fine as far as he said so. Anyway, you should get going. It's almost time to leave.
Huh? Shoot, I didn't even get to eat breakfast. Oh well, I'm out of here.
Hey, wait! Cleaning up is part of cooking too. Ugh, he's already gone. What a mess. The kitchen was covered in oil, the floor was soaked. Vegetable scraps were scattered everywhere. I wonder if this is going to happen every morning. Hitomi, when Kazuki gets back, let's talk again. Okay. Speaking of which, Kazuki's break must be about over now. I wonder if he was actually able to eat the lunch. That's a good point. I'm worried too.
I'm back.
Huh? Kazuki? Why are you back so soon? Kazuki, what's wrong?
My stomach hurts.
Huh?
I got sick after eating that lunch. I felt nauseous ever since, so I had to leave work early. It's all your fault, Hitomi!
Huh? How is this my fault?
If you had just made a proper lunch in the first place, this wouldn't have happened.
Kazuki, you can't blame Hitomi for this.
A wife should devote herself to her husband. Doing chores, cooking meals, that's the wife's duty. If you want me to work, then make the kind of lunch I want. If you can't do that, then you're a failure as a wife.
Then let's get divorced.
Divorced? But then I won't have anyone to make my lunches anymore.
Kazuki, what are you saying? Apologize to her.
Why? I didn't say anything wrong.
You know, I really did want to make lunches that would make you happy at first. But you're just full of complaints. You completely ignore the effort I put in. Waking up early to do my best? You're the worst.
I didn't mean it like that.
Honestly, I don't have confidence that we can make this work going forward. If we're getting divorced, it's probably better to do it sooner than later. Kazuki, you should just marry someone who will carefully make you a homemade lunch every day. Kazuki, please don't keep troubling Hitomi anymore.
Fine. I get it. Here, I've signed the divorce papers. Now I don't have to eat your crappy lunches ever again. Thank goodness.
All right. Good for you. Hitomi, I'm so sorry for putting you through all this. No, it's okay. I really didn't want to get divorced over something like this, but I just can't stand the constant criticism anymore. You're absolutely right. Kazuki doesn't seem to be learning his lesson at all. It's good you can get divorced sooner rather than later. Thank you. And so the divorce was finalized. I went back to my parents' place, but Kazuki was essentially disowned by his mother, so he couldn't go back home either. He ended up just staying in the same place by himself. After that, Kazuki apparently couldn't even make his own lunch at all. He just started relying on convenience store lunch boxes and frozen meals all day long. I heard he got even fatter than before, to the point that his coworkers started calling him the sumo wrestler. And apparently, because of his physique, he bumped into one of the executives from a business partner who was standing behind him, with him accidentally trampling all over the executive, who ended up with a broken bone. Of course, the business deal fell through, and Kazuki was even sued for damages. He's barely hanging on to his job now. When I heard this story from his mom, I honestly had to hold back my laughter. Since then, I've increased my work hours and started making my own lunches. Doing that has really sparked my interest in making lunches, and I've even started getting into making character-themed lunchboxes. Now every day is fun and fulfilling for me. Maybe I'll start looking for a new relationship soon.